The changes that I've made to this DriveShaft are more or less, convenience based. Hello guys and welcome to another video. For those who don't know me, my name is Dennis and I'm probably also known as the guy behind AC Unlimited, and today I'm back with a little product video, or let's call it more or less an update to one of my very early and first commercially available products, which is the Ultimate DriveShaft. And as you probably know from other videos, I tend to update existing products from time to time, because even if they working completely flawless and cool, I'm always looking for, searching for some feedback and some tiny little things that probably could be improved in the long run. So there are two kinds of people: ones that are getting mad about updating my own product, and ones that are really enjoy it. So I honestly have no influence on that, and I need to live with that. So I'm from time to time update my own products. I will put some old photos of the very first prototypes in this video if I find any. Unfortunately, I haven't found any parts here in the shop. They must have gone lost during the move, I don't know. So yeah, compared to the former version, this DriveShaft hasn't really changed at all. The overall construction, which lets this DriveShaft run so smoothly and bulletproof, also hasn't changed over the years. So this whole cage, the ball bearings, the distance between the ball bearings, the whole preload on them, which prevent any play in the long run and guarantee a super smooth run, that everything around that hasn't changed. The changes that I've made to this DriveShaft are more or less, convenience based, if that makes any sense. So formerly, the middle section of the DriveShaft was one piece with holes drilled on each side that have allowed me to just put a semi-round extender in this middle section and have a proper working setup, let's say, which is length adjustable, so on and so forth. But I have now made this single middle piece out of two different sections, if that makes sense. So there's now a lower part and an upper part, which has allowed me to mill a different profile in this middle piece. I like to call it the delta connection, this whole thing. So the extended bars, the middle piece, and also the new connection on the Darwin pedals, which were formerly the universal version. I'll come to that later, don't mind. So back to the middle piece. This one has now a triangular shaped hole, which allows me to use a triangular shaped or CNC machined extension bar. What I've also included is a little spring loaded ball. You're probably familiar with it looking at the spring adjustment on the Darwin pedals. That just allows me to have different steps or even some sort of locking positions when extending the DriveShaft. So if you listen closely, there is, every few millimeters, there's a little groove underneath where the spring-loaded ball can rest in, and this groove also lines up with these marks over here, so you can actually count 1, 2, 3, 5. I don't know how many lines you want to just pull this extension bar out. I wanted to have a setup that you can copy every time you just put out the DriveShaft and set it up, so you have always the same length no matter what. And this is one side benefit of having this delta connection. The other one is that the surface where the extension bar is resting on the middle piece is a little bit higher. So these screws are really, there's no need to tighten these screws. I don't know how crazy. So finger tight or wrist tight by using a tool is more than enough. So I've barely tightened these screws and I'm not able to just pull out the DriveShaft or twist it or anything else. So thanks to this delta connection and the increased surface here, it's such a tight connection with low pressure on the screws that just will make everything a little bit easier, I assume. Another thing I have updated is the connect fork around the connector itself. So as I said earlier, I have updated to give you a little dive in, different pedal manufacturers using different connectors. So for example, Axis DriveShaft connector looks a little bit like this. So the connection from the DriveShaft to the pedal is like a hexagon with axis. DW has I think a 1/4 inch square connector, so you need another connector for that one. And most other pedal manufacturers using a half moon shaped semi-round surface, as I have also used previously, because this one is the easiest option when these commercially available industrial joints were used, which also have these semi-round connectors. So most other pedals using this semi-round connection. And I have now also updated the connection on my Darwin pedals to, let me see where I have actually the counterpiece. Oh, there it is. So I have also updated the connection from the DriveShaft to the pedal on the Darwins to the obviously delta connection. So this one, as you can see here, has also this triangular shape. So this is a part that usually is in the pedal, and yeah, this one also lines up perfectly with this connector, and it's a similar theory with this connection as with the extension bars. By adding just a tiny little pressure on the screws, you have always a secure, absolutely straight and super solid connection that will support you for whatever you want to do with the pedal. So enough with that marketing nonsense. I have made this connection fork, which, so this part here is just this single part. I have also made this part modular, so it is possible to just swap out the different connectors, and that has just allowed me to be a bit easier to assemble everything a little bit faster and have the whole DriveShaft available a bit quicker. At the moment, these connections cannot be replaced at home, because I'm using a pretty strong Loctite for this connection over here, and some other little details that really guarantees a secure fit between those parts. A future idea, maybe, I don't know if it's possible with machining tolerances, so on and so forth, is to have a modular setup. So you can basically get your basic DriveShaft, and you can adjust or you swap out just the connection bars depending on which pedal you're choosing. Or you probably have bought an Iron Cobra and then you ran into an DW9000 and you just want to use your DriveShaft with this pedal as well. So this is a future idea. I'm experimenting with it, having these connectors modular. At the moment, if you have a regular DriveShaft and you want to just use it with another pedal where this universal connection, which is mostly the case, doesn't work, I offer some sort of swap out. So if you're interested in that, just feel free to contact me in case you upgrading your pedals to another kind and you want to use this DriveShaft on the long run also with your new pedal, if it's not a Darwin. Long story short, back to topic. On Axis pedals, this previous design has allowed me to just rotate the extension bars if needed. So I could just remove these screws almost completely and then just twist this joint on one side and lock it in place, because the problematic situation with Axis pedals in specific is that they have versions where the slave pedal and the main pedal don't line up when it comes to the hexagon. So on one side, on the slave pedal, the hexagon is facing this direction, and on the other side it's facing this direction. So if you would connect it with a straight bar, it would result in different footboard heights, and you cannot really adjust the footboard height independently from beta angle on Axis pedal. So that caused some problems for people in the long run. So this was quite a cool workaround, a broken opportunity to just compensate this misaligning hexagon connectors on Axis pedals. And obviously this isn't the case anymore with having a perfectly flat connection now with these delta connectors. So I had to came up with another idea. So I made, based on this modular connection forks, I just made another adapted piece of this connection fork with this hexagon connector. So on one side the connector looks like this, and on the other side the connector looks like this. And there is a little screw that can be loosened or tightened, obviously, and this screw allows me to just rotate this piece independently from the rest of the DriveShaft in order to once again compensate these misaligning hexagon connectors. So this is something only necessary and available, obviously, for axis pedals. Another cool thing behind having this part modular in this way compared to formally rotating the entire joint is that for now you can just set up this whole angle one time and you can keep it. So if you want to just pack your pedal together, get everything compact, just get the extension bars in again to the minimum level and throw it in your backpack or wherever you want to have it, and this angle will always stay or remain the same. So another probably broken opportunity. And I also probably think this video is already way too long, so if editing Dennis wasn't too lazy, I have also included some close-up footages here. If not, or if you're running into any uncertainties, questions whatsoever, as usual, feel free to contact me. The best option is to just write me an email through the contact form on my website. A link to that is in the description below. With that being said, have a nice day, have a nice week. If you're watching this video when it comes out, have a nice Christmas or whatever you're celebrating, some holidays, I don't know. Bottom line, have a few peaceful resting days, and I see you soon. Cheers.